Let's do this. Well, Nuke the Props action. I got my buddy Matty from Nuke the House with me coming up in about 5 minutes. Conor Allen from 4 for 4, one of the best prop bettors in the business, going to join me about 15 minutes from right now. It's Kush. What's going on, everybody? Say hello in the chat if you would like. Drop your best bets as well. Love to see the best bets. And then you got any questions? Let's do it. I got quite a few props that we got to get to. But first, I'm going to give you, well, you know what? I am going to surprise Maddie, and I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to surprise Maddie. So we'll wait a couple of minutes on that. I'll give you my best looks so far as we look into week number 5. Last night was just, for the books against us, it was a bloodbath. We killed them. We nuked them. Hit a 4-1 on the Falcons coming back to win the game last night. Had plus 160s all over the place, plus 200s. It was an absolutely spectacular evening for betting, and hopefully we could do it again. So here's the deal. 9 a.m. Eastern time. Keg and Johnny Boy. Oh, boy. They're going to be doing a show together. Keg is not excited about it either. Keg is actually going to obviously back his favorite friends. That would be the Jets. Those are his buddies. And then on top of that, we got Johnny, who's just completely obnoxious with the Vikings, and I love it. So he's going to be all over Keg, and it's not going to be fun for him. It's not going to be fun for him. That's right. We did nuke last night, Card Addict. We had a great night. Daniel, good to see you. Drop something in the chat. Say hello before I get to my bets. And I want to remind you, if you have not signed up for Nuke the House, please do so for your own benefit. $59.99 a month. Great price. What a value, especially when you're making like 5-6 units like we did last night. That will pay for it. One night can pay for the subscription 5-fold, 10-fold, 20-fold. So might as well check it out. If you aren't sure, you want to dip your toe in the water, it's a weekly free week. So we'll do that for you too. Nuke NFL, Nuke NFL. Maddie is here. Maddie, what is going on, my friend? How are you?
What up? Thanks for giving me all of 9 minutes to get ready for the show.
Yeah, you didn't need it. You know what I really wanted to do? You know, I really wanted you on the show here.
What?
Can you guess why? Do you see what's on the screen right now? Do you see what happened? Did you see what happened last night?
What an embarrassment to our company.
For a touchdown right from the dick. It's
Oh.
over, right?
It's over.
Oh, come on, Kirky.
What'd you put on the 4-1?
Half
They
you.
were, hold on.
Oh, that's okay. So you're gonna leave out the rest?
Yeah.
Where you're
Oh, you want me to do the rest? Okay, hold on a second. We'll do the rest. Talk me out of
the
it.
people deserve to see it.
And I'm still excited.
Calm down.
No, I will not calm down. I'm going to do this. Such a good night. We had a 4-1 walk-off winner. Are you kidding me, Maddie? What a night. And you're shaking your head like this. There's just winners everywhere, dude.
Yeah, because you're twerking. You're a 50-year-old man.
Look at Keg. Look at Keg. Oh, look at this. Look at his
Hit him with the
moves.
fireworks, Keg. Hit him with the fireworks.
Oh my god.
There it
First a little
is.
gritty.
What
First
was
a little
that?
gritty. That's a gritty. And that's a twerk.
Yeah,
Yep.
you just lift your leg up and twerk?
Please stop.
Is that your ball
How
bag?
can you not love that?
Because your ball bag is in the. All right.
No, it's fine. There was no ball bags in there.
I saw a ball bag.
It was heartily. No, you didn't. This is what happens at Nuke the House, though. NukeTheHouse.com. Sign up for a free week. Nuke NFL. My friend. Oh, Jason's here. What up, Jason? And then we had a late switch out. I'm more than happy to have Matt with us right now. Tyler had to run. Again, Conor Allen, about 10 minutes. I'm going to give you a best bet here, and you're going to tell me what you think about it, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to start with Ramondre Stevenson, under 59.5. Gerard Mayo is worried about the fumbles. I don't love the workload that I think he's going to get. I think Gibson is going to be more involved. And then he really hasn't been that explosive that year. So this year. So I kind of like Ramondre, or I like it a lot, under 59.5 rushing yards. What's wrong with it, Matty?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. Gibson's going to get more run. I think Ramondre, didn't he last year have an ACL, an MCL, an ankle? He had a pretty bad injury last year.
Yeah.
He's coming back from. He's probably not 100%, and he's going to be giving up some carries to Gibson. And the fumbles don't help. That's for sure.
Well, when you tell me that a guy could get benched for fumbles, then I'm all he's fumbled in 4 straight games, buddy.
Yeah.
The Patriots offensive line is basically devastated due to injury. So I'll throw 59.5 to the under.
Okay.
Last couple of weeks, I've been liking some unders. What do you got? Give me one. By the way, this is not true, Kevin. For a 50-year-old man, I got a great ass. Yes, please continue.
Who,
Nice.
me?
Are those TVs behind you?
TV and some fireplaces.
But it's not really your house, right?
No, this is my job.
Oh, I love this. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, buddy. Talk to me. What do you got?
Why would I have 5 fireplaces in my house?
So, I don't know. Why do you have 5 fireplaces at your work?
Because I sell them.
Oh, I thought you only sold hot tubs. So you're a hot tub fireplace salesman? That's 2 interesting things to put together. Will you give me a goddamn bet already? Give me a bet.
Sell like 1 a year.
You're sharp, dude.
Obviously, we're going to Najee over carries, 100%.
Ooh.
He's hit at least 17 carries, I think 3 of the 4 weeks. That's with Warren playing 2 of the 3 weeks and Cordero playing every week. So it's 16.5 right now. Now, the juice might start getting away from us. It's like minus 125 right now. Maybe it'll jump up to 17 at like plus 105 or something. That'd be awesome. We could do that. But right now it's minus 125. But again, I think he hits that 80% of the time.
All right. The other bet that I'm going to make here is going to be Chuba Hubbard receiving. And we're actually
That's still my play.
No, we're going to do receptions. Well, hold on. He's walking out of the house. He's walking. Well, here, let me tell you exactly what I did, though, because this is. Come on, Maddie, be a professional. I'm the guy that showed my butt. You're supposed to be the guy that's a professional. Anyways, Chuba. Let's talk about him for a sec. Since our guy Andy Dalton came in, I don't know what you're doing, Maddie. Maybe he got a customer for once. 5 targets, 4 targets with Dalton. Dalton is looking his way, and he's caught all 9 of those targets. The Steelers are giving up about 4.5 catches per game to the running back position. And if Matt is on that, and they're facing, a pretty good team defensively this week, I like it. So I'm going to bet a half a unit, and I never bet minus 150s, but this line should be closer to 200. Over 2.5 catches for Chuba at minus 150, and then sprinkle another quarter unit on over 3.5 at plus 150. So I'm going to throw 3/4 of a unit in there. Again, we got Chuba Hubbard over 2.5 at minus 150 and over 3.5 at plus 150. Drop your best bets in here. I want to hear what they are. I want to see what they are. Hit the like button as well. And if you're watching on X, come on over to YouTube. Actually, all you guys on YouTube that have not subscribed to our channel, do it already. Do it already. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notifications so you know we're on live. Keg's going to be doing some NASCAR stuff right after this show, so stick around for that. A couple other things that I was looking at. Everybody in the premium chat, we're waiting for the Colts wide receivers to get their props up there. And you're probably going to have to hit them quick before they go up. I can see the whole industry backing Michael Pittman and Josh Downs. And Downs is kind of the guy I wanted to talk about because he's in the slot, and the Jaguars, they are the 4th worst, according to EPA, expected points added in the slot. So that's the first thing. Second of all, and maybe most importantly, Flacco is going to be in there in all likelihood and not Anthony Richardson. So with Flacco starting, he likes to pass more. Don't forget that Jonathan Taylor likely not going to play. So Trey Surman is going to get the carries. I don't know how much they can rely on Surman, and we know Flacco likes to rear back and throw the football. So that's another thing. Great matchup against the Jags corners. And I don't think I need to sell you on Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's just a badass. So it's as simple as that. Again, Colts wide receivers. The projections I'm seeing around the industry when they open this up, it's right around 4 catches and 47 yards. If they set this at 47 yards and 4 catches, I think that's grossly under. So we'll probably go over. If there's 4.5 catches, I don't know if I'm going to bet that, but if they set this thing at like 47.5 yards, I think we got to go over on downs. And I like downs quite a bit. What else did I do? Oh, Keg's going to like this one. So for his game, again, he's not going to tell me, and that's fine. But Garrett Wilson. So I was talking about Garrett Wilson. Everybody's hoping he'd bust out last week, and he didn't because the Broncos are just too good in the secondary. Surtain's the best. So he's got the Vikings this week in London. Vikings opponents have the highest pass rate in the league at 71%. So teams are throwing against the Vikings. Some of that is because the Vikings have been out ahead a lot. Some of that is because you're just not running against them. The second thing here that's interesting, the market pushed his line down from 54.5 to 52.5. I love that. That doesn't mean sharp money is coming in on it, but I absolutely love that we get it at 52.5 because everybody's bailing on Garrett Wilson. The timing really hasn't been there with him and Aaron Rodgers, but they're bailing on Garrett Wilson. And last, but definitely not least, look at the target share for this dude. It hasn't worked out yet. Again, the timing has been a little bit off between Rodgers and Wilson, but Wilson still leads the Jets with a 26% target share and 34% of the air yards. So I've not pulled the trigger on this. Chat, we got a lot of sharp people in the chat. What do you think about that? And I'm going to run it past Keg. My sense is Keg's going to go, I don't hate that. And then he's not going to bet it, but he's going to say, I don't hate that. I think this is the week that Garrett Wilson finally gets on track for the Jets. And I'm looking forward to it. Some other guys that I've been digging into. And by the way, Myron, what does Myron have to say? Games at Jag Stadium usually boring when it comes to betting or daily fantasy. Okay. I mean, that's fine. It doesn't make me like Pittman or Downs any less. What's up, Matty? Did you have a customer?
Yeah.
Sweet. Go do your customer, man. If you got to go do that, you sell him a fireplace?
No. It's hot as shit here.
Conor Allen 4 for 4 coming on in just a few minutes. But Matt,
I got a couple more for you.
Okay, so you didn't even hear my. So what was the Chuba you like? The receptions or the yards?
The yards, 15.5.
And I like the receptions at 2.5 and 3.5.
Okay.
So why do you like the yards? Just because he can pick up chunks?
Well, yeah, and I think they're trusting him more. I think his snap count will be raised up. So I think he's just going to see the field more, and it's 15.5. I mean, that could be 2 catches, like you're saying, and it's only minus 110. So
yep, I was just talking about Garrett Wilson. Jason Graham threw this in here. Wilson hasn't done anything with Rodgers. He wasn't last year. Maybe he's not a good route runner, great athlete. But again, I think that this is the week Rodgers finally gets it going. You know, they had Denver last week. Everybody's down on him. It's 4 weeks with a new quarterback. This is the week Garrett Wilson gets going. All right, buddy. What do you got for us? Give us another bet.
Deontay Johnson. I know you're not ready to pull that trigger, but I'm over 5.5 on him without Thielen. Thielen's on IR, and it's plus money, plus 115.
I should be on it.
He's a target hog. He always has been. He doesn't get a lot of yards, but he gets a lot of catches. 5.5, that would probably be 8 targets, right? The 7 to 8 targets. I think he gets there.
Yeah, and the target share, just Andy Dalton peppers this dude. Yeah, absolutely peppers this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the wide receiver numbers. Let's see here. They're putting up 18. They're putting about 17 catches up a week, which is really low. I'm talking about the Bears here. Really low, but again, he's just different because he gets so much volume.
He does.
Okay.
Ton of volume.
So you like Najee over, you like Hubbard over, and you like
Trey McBride.
Oh, talk to me about Trey McBride, buddy.
Because he's only set at 50. And when this guy's healthy, he should be more like a 65 to 70-yard guy. Now, I understand that Marvin Harrison they brought in this year is going to make a difference. But, again, to get 50 for him probably is going to be 5 catches, and he should get that. Kyler Murray seems like he's back, although he didn't play great last week, but he's definitely, getting close to his older form. So yeah, I like McBride over. And the nice thing is it's over 5.5. It's over 50 yards, but it's plus 120 too at DK. So you're getting plus money, decent plus money.
All right, I'm going to tell you on Deontay. You know, I was kind of wishy-washy on it, but you talked me into it. There's just too many balls coming his way.
Yeah.
Now, the problem was he dropped 2 balls last week. We had the over 5.5, 6.5, and we hit the what was it, the 7, but he dropped 2 balls. We could have gotten those 9 or 10 receptions. We would have gone absolutely nuts.
And he's usually has pretty good.
Oh, look who's here. You know why he's here? Because he wants to talk to Conor Allen. That's the only reason.
No, I don't want to talk to Conor Allen, but I wanted to give my player prop today.
Just completely butt into my segment.
Yeah, he just comes in.
I mean,
he pushes. He wasn't invited to the show.
In fairness,
no invitation.
Hold up. In fairness, I put the show on, right?
You know who had an invitation? Conor Allen. You didn't.
Connor, I love you.
What's good?
Hold up. Maddie's got 18 fireplaces. Maddie's got 18 fireplaces behind him. Why? I have no idea. He walks away. And then it's Holden giving out betting info. I said, Jesus Christ.
These are great stats. I'm not saying I'm a good bettor, but I'm giving you good information.
I said,
what's wrong with you? You come on the show, completely sabotage it. You don't have an invitation, and then you shit on me.
Hold on. I need an invitation?
Yes. This is not your show. This is my show.
All right. I'm leaving because
what do you got? Seriously, what is your pick? What's your pick?
No, I'm leaving.
No, what is your pick, Keg?
I am.
Listen.
All right, you leave, Matt. That's fine.
Hey, last one. DK Metcalf over 65.5. Just because he owes us. That's just karma.
Thanks, Matt.
So,
Connor, you walked into a complete storm here.
Connor, I'm sorry.
He was not supposed to be on the show. He's only on here to try and impress you.
No, I'm not.
What do you got? What do you got for us?
Quickly, Flacco looks like he's going to play just about every single snap. Mm-hmm. Give me all the Josh Downs money. I'm not sure about Pittman yet, but I like Downs a lot in this spot.
I already talked about that. So
do we have any props hit on him or any?
No, we're still waiting.
You're agreeing with my bad advice. What does that say about you?
Wait a minute. Did you talk about Downs?
Of course I did. You want me to go back through this? The Jags
buddy.
suck against slot wide receivers. Flacco throws. He threw to 33% of the targets last week. I mean, come on, man.
All right. I love you both. Goodbye.
I mean, this has just gone right downhill, Connor. Thank God you're here to save the show.
I didn't know what I was walking into, but it sounds fun. I mean, this is great.
Iowa's killing Iowa. So yesterday I said Vita Vea was out. He wasn't out, but Iowa has to take a shot at me. Iowa, you got a girlfriend? Come on the show. Talk to us. I want to see if you got a girlfriend. Connor, before we get into the player props, we are going to do a little partnership with you, right? Because I want to plug this right now. So next Thursday, we're going to start a show. What is the Nuke the House and the 4for4 getting together with?
Yeah, we one of our brands launched a real money fantasy prop game. So me and you are going to be going live every Thursday talking about some of our favorite plays on the app. It's like matchups. It's like, most passing yards each week, receiving yards, receptions, rushing yards, like everything like that, fantasy points. We'll give you like our favorite couple looks every time, quick in and out, and it'll be fun. Maybe give a couple other bets too on the Thursday game as well.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And if we're lucky, Keg will sabotage our show just because he wants to impress you. Real quick, let me throw this up here. Trace, Iowa's a really sharp bettor. He is.
Yeah, that's really
not
good.
A bet discussion topic. Oh, your girlfriend isn't. Okay. Trey Surman under 53.5. Steichen says they'll approach it as a running back by committee. He's not a good running back, just as far as running backs go. What do you think of Trey Surman?
Where did they get posted at? Because I think that's pretty strong.
Well, yeah, he's a sharp dude. He really is. He comes on these shows and he pulls stuff out. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. DK
Surman 53.5 at 365 DK BetMGM industry wide. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty high for, a multitude of reasons. But like this Jags secondary has been really bad, but the run defense has actually been pretty good too. So like, even if he does see 12, 13, 14 carries, I don't know. I think it's pretty strong there. So I don't know. I can see Flacco just throwing a ton. Like it could just be mostly a pass heavy game here. 53.5 in my mind seems a little bit high. So that's a good look by Iowa.
What do you got, Iowa? Have you already bet that? Because I'm going to tell you, you're just too sharp not to tell you on this one. Trey Sermon's up. Still waiting for these receiving props from the Colts. Where are you on Downs and Pittman? industry wide, I'm seeing like 4 catches and 47 yards for Downs. I don't know if these are older projections when Richardson was in there or what, but like to me, that sounds low. What do you think about 4 for 47?
Yeah, I mean that's low. I think that's the thing is I wouldn't be surprised to see his props come in like right around there in terms of like the lines, but I think they're still too low in terms of what we're going to see, right? Like Joe Flacco shown he still has the juice. Josh Downs is a great matchup here. I'm trying to find the exact notes that I had for this one because I have Downs circled here on my sheet as well, like overs, but I just haven't seen a number yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're all looking for. They're afraid to post it at this point, so
I'm sure
they'll post it at a couple of books, and then everybody else will just jack it up.
You want the stats here? I got the stats. So leads the team in target share against man, 33% of his routes, and Jags playing like one of the highest rates of man in the league, or they did until last week, and then they didn't play as much man. So if they play a lot of man, I mean Downs is going to just absolutely eat.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Pittman too. I think Pittman's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's just a couple we're on here. Ramondre unders, and then Chuba overs, over 2.5 catches, over 3.5 catches. 2.5 is minus 150. 3.5 is plus 50. And then Matt was over the 15.5 receiving yards. I know they're going up against a defense that people are a little scared of, but again, everything that Andy Dalton does is either to Deontay or over to Chuba. And now Xavier Leggett is getting a little bit involved. But what do you think about Chuba this week?
Yeah, I think that's a good look. The Bears last season allowed the most receiving yards per game to running backs. This season, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think they're kind of middle of the pack. I would bet that normalizes kind of towards the back half as well, towards the end of the season. Because again, it's like same system, basically the same players. Like it's nothing too crazy there from what we saw second half of last season. It's interesting you brought up Ramondre unders, though. I've been waiting on Antonio Gibson props. Because I mean, I'm sure the reason you bet the under was like they're talking about Antonio Gibson potentially being the starter. Like they're worried about Ramondre fumbling, all this stuff. But I think we might get an Antonio Gibson prop as like, I don't know, somewhere in the 20s, maybe low 30s max. Wow. And he might see 10 to 12 carries here in a game that this game's gonna be boring as, all ends here. It's gonna be brutal. So I think like Gibson could probably get there, and then Stevenson probably ends up with 30 to 40 rushing yards in this one.
Yeah, my only worry is just this offensive line is so bad. But when Mayo comes out, and this was the determining factor for me, he said it was definitely under consideration that Antonio Gibson starts over Ramondre because he's fumbled in each of the first 4 games. I mean, if that's the case, again, I like the unders because of the offensive line, the fumbles, but you make a great point on Gibson. Like if he gets 10 carries, and this thing's set in the low 20s, even mid 20s, that's 2.5 yards a carry. Antonio Gibson's look good and he's fresh.
Yeah. All of his props have been in the teens. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of bump, there's going to be a little bump, but I can't imagine that they're putting him at where he should be. So we also, not to, steer the reins on this show, we also did just get news here that Romeo Doubs is doubtful along with Christian Watson. So that means that Dontavion Wicks and Jaden Reed are both in fantastic spots here this week.
What do we think about that? What do we think about? I like Reed a lot. It's interesting because they haven't thrown to him in the end zone, but between their own goal line and the 10-yard line on the other side, they throw to him all the time. That would be spectacular. So where would you feel comfortable with Reed? Is the question. I think they posted his prop already. Let me go get that up for you.
They did. It just keeps going up and up. It started at 59. We're up to 69 at FanDuel.
Oh my God.
It might close in the 70s. We're seeing Dontavion Wicks, the guy who was the Packers wide receiver 4 2 weeks ago, is now in the mid to high 50s. And I think Dontavion Wicks is great, but I feel like we're getting a little bit over our skis here. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe my angle would be like Bo Melton or something like that, or one of the other guys. They just got a bunch of players who are good and that'll be next man up. So I don't know. We'll see.
What about Kraft too? But you can find a 65.5 on Jaden Reed at BetMGM. But again, it was sitting at 59.5. So this thing is just completely skyrocketed. Do you think we missed the number? Because this could be something where we're live betting the game and we could get him down closer to 60 and just hammer it.
Yeah, no, I'm not laying the price at this point. I'm not going to bet him into the 70s just because I have concerns about volume in this game, to be honest. If the Packers, there's nothing really stopping the Packers from just running the ball 35 times with Emmanuel Wilson and Josh Jacobs. Like they have a massive advantage up front too. Like Iowa mentioned here in the chat, like I think that's definitely a point where they could, attack. And if they do that, then like Jordan Love might have like 25 pass attempts. And that's kind of like, that's an issue for getting any of these ceiling guys here. So that's kind of what my only worry. Like if they couldn't run the ball, like, I mean, Jordan Love could throw for like, 350, 400, and then all these guys are going over.
What's your favorite bet? Like your favorite prop this week, even if the line moved a ton?
Oh man, my favorite prop. So I came into this before the day. I have like, I think 8 unders and 1 over, so I'm going to give my over just because it's, more fun. We'll go with, I love Amari Cooper this week. Like I absolutely love Amari Cooper. He's only at 52 receiving yards right now. We're just getting like an insane discount. Last week, he had an 80-yard touchdown called back by a random holding call. He had a 20-yard pass bounce off his chest. Now he gets the Commander secondary. They allowed 127 to Neighbors, 118 to Chase, 83 to Godwin, 61 to Evans. Like it seems like the base is too low and the upside here is like massive. So I'm going to play him most receiving yards of the week, and I'm going to play some alts probably as well because both those numbers are going to be. I mean, both those numbers I think are just all off. So
yeah, I love unders, man. Unders are terrific.
I can give some unders too. I mean, I got plenty of.
All right, give me your favorite under. So you like Amari Cooper over. What's the one where you just looked at it and said, "This line's wrong, man. This line's wrong."
So early in the week, I played Zach Moss under 45.5 rushing yards. I still think anything over 40 is rough. I mean, Moss is averaging 3.9 yards per carry. Ravens are allowing 2.7. Number 1 in rushing success rate, EPA, and explosive run rate. The most rushing yards they've allowed to a running back this season was Pacheco with 45, but it took him 15 carries. Last week, Moss was actually out-carried by Chase Brown and has been outperformed by a lot. So like he has like volume concerns, he has efficiency concerns, he has like game script concerns. Like everything is just like it would take like a really long run against the Ravens team that is yet to allow a single running back to have a 10+ yard run this season.
Yeah, I'm seeing it 40.5. Just in the offshores, they kind of shut it down. They shut it down at the books here that are legal, but it opened at 45.5 down to 40.5. So you definitely had a sharp look there. Yeah. Question from Iowa now. Does Josh Jacobs not get 63.5 rushing yards? Rams are ass. That's good analysis. Ass against the run. And you don't think the Packers want to drop 50 times with Love on that knee. So Josh Jacobs, huh?
I don't know. Like I think so. My only worry is like Emmanuel Wilson has seen like a lot more work every week,
Yep.
Like he's played really well too. So I think that they can all get there. It might be one of those things that you like watch the first couple drives. And if the Packers are running a ton and they have the lead, like just keep hammering live overs and like alt overs for both Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson, because they're just going to absolutely crush.
Yeah. He listen, again, they were throwing a ton, but last week the snaps, Jacobs 33, Wilson 26. Now you've got to think that probably comes from the game script, right? Or does Wilson really just take this job over?
Yeah, I don't know if he'll ever like take the job
50,
over, but like, yeah, like I think it could be more of like a 1A, 1B, or like, something like that down the stretch if he continues to play so well. I mean, at a certain point, like you can't just like rely on name brand value. We know LaFleur's history of like having multiple running backs, even with Aaron Jones like outperforming AJ Dillon like virtually every year, he was still getting a ton of work. So I don't know. It wouldn't be surprised me to see more Emmanuel Wilson.
Diggs revenge game from Jeff. Diggs 80 plus is plus 240. Dell's back. Nico the Freako is putting up 100 yards every week. Is Diggs really going to get 80 yards? I love the price, but I actually wish it was like 3-1.
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle with the Texans, to be honest. I mean, it's like this whole like, I don't know. I guess they got their slot cornerback too. What is it? Teron Johnson, I think, is playing. So hypothetically is a slightly tougher matchup. So yeah, if you want to go the revenge game narrative, I mean, Diggs is definitely a guy that I think the revenge game matters more to him than some other guys. Like he's a spiteful fella for sure. So that would not be surprising if he does get the revenge game and it's solely like, yeah, I just like wanted the ball every single play. Dude, like that wouldn't surprise me.
When I was working in DC, he was the quarterback of the Maryland Terrapins. And now he's just had this remarkable career as a wide receiver, but he's definitely a malcontent. No question about that. All right. So that'll do it for the show. Again, like button on the way out would be great. NukeTheHouse.com. Free week is Nuke NFL, Nuke NFL. Again, we just slayed last night. You might as well sign up for the month at $59.99. We hit the Falcons walk-off winner at 4-1. We hit the K-Dot and alts. Last night was just a spectacular evening. So go sign up for that. Connor, where can everybody find your work?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Conor Allen NFL. And then all my work is over at 4for4. And we will be back next week on this channel talking Bleacher Nation Fantasy and our new game.
Yeah, next Thursday. I can't wait for that. That'll be a good show. Bleacher Nation Fantasy. We'll get into that. Hey, for those of you that are betting NASCAR, Keg's Bread and Butter coming up in about 15 minutes. He's got a show coming up, so stick around on the channel. Keg, I will not drop in on your show and interrupt you like you interrupted me and Maddie and Connor. Thank you to Matt and Connor, not to Keg for this show, but I do appreciate him trying to help out the show. There's no question about that. I'm going to show the graphic, Connor. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Maddie, you too. Let's nuke the house.